Good day, I am Betsy Nays, your part-time tutor for Curriculum Theory and Practice B, BEDH-CTB22. May I use this opportunity to welcome you to the Examination Preparation Contact class at the Institute for Open Learning, IOL. I hope you will find this course available at a learning experience and that you will complete your studies successfully and find your qualifications relevant to your chosen career. I hope that this contact class will be of great importance to you. Let's look at the course overview. What have we covered through the semester? Unit 1, we concentrate on the analysis of Namibian curriculum implementation issues, whereby we looked at curriculum leadership functions of school management, the composition functions and authority of school board in Namibia, the government policy on private schools. We continue to analyze the features, the advantages and limitations of homeschooling in Namibia, an evaluation of the support and from government for schools in Namibia, an analysis of the need for national auditing system of schools in Namibia, a recognition and reward system for schools to encourage quality education. We look at what Namibian schools could have done to be at a global par, an analysis of curriculum implementation model and determining which models are applied in Namibia. During Unit 2, we concentrated on the curriculum development and implementation role of educators. We looked at the opportunities for educators to be involved in subjects syllabus development, the academic leadership roles of educators. We look at the roles of educators as a reflective practitioners, an evaluation of the salary and conditions of service of Namibian educators and its impact on educators' implementation of curriculum. We've continued to look at the career path system for all educators where they can earn better salaries as they progress as administrators or as teaching and assessment mentors or as support staff. We look at the need for and proper implementation of a performance appraisal system for education. And finally, we look at the role of NEET in curriculum development and implementation in schools. For Unit 3, we looked at the design and implementation of a thinking skill program across the upper primary curriculum. We tackle the following concepts and issues during this unit. We look at the relevance of developing the thinking skills of learners in the 21st century, the futures of skillful thinking, the thinking attitudes, thoughts, observation skills, and thinking processes of verbs. We have also looked at 2 of the given thinking skills programs and the content relevant for senior primary learners. We look at the steps one could use to design a thinking skills program, and finally, the cross-curriculum implementation steps of our thinking programs. For Unit 4, we look at the evaluation of programs, whereby we tackle the purpose of evaluation in education, the function of evaluation to the basic functions of effective management, the advantages and limitations of internal and external program evaluators, the evaluation instruments or tools for evaluating programs or qualifications. We evaluate the tools for evaluating the Grade 7 curriculum program and evaluation of the Grade 7 curriculum and the report writing, a discussion of the criteria for evaluating a subject's syllabi, the futures of the latest upper primary curriculum in Namibia. Our final unit, Unit 5, we have concentrated on the learner and learning issues that influence curriculum implementation, whereby we have elaborated on the validation of the policy of compulsory mathematics for all grades until grade 11, with the impact of the lack of textbooks and materials in schools. We looked at the professional development areas for teachers with different years of teaching experience. We discussed the systems of obtaining learners' feedback on teaching and subject content. We have also looked at the influence of the absence of corporal punishments and learners and learning, the possible influence of a cross-curricular character of moral education focus on learner behavior and learning, the validation of upper primary and secondary assessment policies in schools, the promotion policy in schools, and finally, the guidelines on how to use a subject file as an instrumental management tool. Let's look at examination preparation. How should we prepare ourselves for the upcoming exams? It's very important that we read and study the complete manual well in advance, make notes of all important aspects, see how issues can interrelate across the manual and with other prescribed books. Remember, examination is about application of knowledge. Rest well the evening before sitting for a paper, and very important is to relax. Examination tips. Study in advance to avoid pressure and unnecessary stress. Make sure you are early for the examination. When you get your paper, write down your student number and read the instructions carefully, especially the ones on the front page. Attempt the questions that you know best to avoid wasting time on one question. It is crucial to allocate time for each question. Read each question carefully and with time. Make sure you understand what is required from you. Look at key words and actions required. In order to do well in the exams, it is important for you to distinguish between the following terms or phrases: state, explain, differentiate, enumerate, discuss, outline, and to define. Let's look at the descriptions of the terms. State. To state is to describe the main point in precise terms. Use brief, clear sentences. Omit details or examples. Define. To define is to give formal meaning by distinguishing it from related terms. This is often a matter of giving a memorized definition, or better, in your own words. To explain is to give details. To support the explanation with examples where necessary. Enumerate. To list or to name one by one. You don't need to discuss or give details. Differentiate. To give differences between concepts. Outline. To give a general summary. It should contain a series of main ideas supported by secondary facts. Show the organization of the idea. Sample questions. What can you expect for the upcoming exams? Let's look at few of possible questions that you can expect. Discuss the term curriculum maintenance. Learners' feedback can be a catalyst of effective learning. Outline the activities you can use to gather learner feedback. Identify and describe the 6 characteristics of world-class educators that will enable them to educate their learners in the best way possible. Discuss some of the major features of creativity. Always trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. In conclusion, this was just to refresh you on some of the things you are expected to know as you are preparing yourself to sit for the final examination. Work hard now and enjoy the fruits of passing. Wishing you all the best. God bless you. The purpose of learning is not to give exams in class and forget about it, but to increase the knowledge until they possess an area of the earth for God Almighty. Good luck.